Good morning, Taurus. How are you today? Let's see here. What does Taurus need to take a closer look at this week? What does Taurus need to take a closer look at this week? What does Taurus need to take a closer look at this week? What does Taurus need to take a closer look at this week? Opposition, confrontation, 53 adds up to 8. Life path number 8. This situation is an inconvenient growth opportunity, but not a punishment. Decide if it is time to build muscles or to find another path. All right, let's clarify this opposition that you either need to get rid of or find another way. 9 of Cups. Another way to come to happiness, another way to finding your happiness. That's way too many. I'm going to take the one that flipped over. I'll take those two. 4 of Wands, Star in reverse. Are you struggling to find your 4 of Wands, your happy place, and you're losing hope? Maybe this has to do with work. Maybe it's lost its joy. Maybe you've reached the end of it. Maybe you dread going to work. You know it's over, but you don't want to. Death in reverse. You know it's over, but you don't want to have to look for a new job. You know this friendship is over, but it's difficult to find a new friend that you want to hang out with. It's definitely in this day and age, it's hard to find people that you want to hang out with. Some relationship has come to an end, but you don't know how to end it. Ace of Cups, yeah. It's saying that you should find a new way to find new relationships, new friendships. Finding new friendships in this day and age is pretty difficult. You go on a dating app and they all want, date or something else. Even if it's a adult friend finder. 8 of Cups. It's time to walk away from what's no longer serving you. Let's clarify this relationship that's no longer serving you. Let's clarify this relationship that is no longer serving you. Is it a work or deposed, loss of title, direct descendant, distant relation, someone who thinks they're royalty, a royal pain in the ass. Clarify this relationship. Somebody who is always thinking that they're sick. someone who is sick, someone who has health issues. Whoop, too many, I'm not taking those. Possibly an adventurer and explorer. Somebody who likes to try new things. An actor, entertainer, dancer, musician. Somebody who likes to perform. So take closer looks at those relationships and whether you want to bring them to an end or how to bring them to an end. Taurus, you need to stop worrying about this. What does Taurus need to stop worrying about this week? What should Taurus try to stop worrying about this week? That's way too many. What does Taurus need to... There's a lot that you're worried about. Let's get it a little less. Let's cut it down some. Progressions, your journey, 56, and is in reverse. This is not a small obstacle or opportunity. This is a part of a complex pattern. Every choice you make changes how it unfolds. What is this thing that progression, this journey that every little decision you make is unfolding? What is it? That one. Three of Pentacles. Working with others. So definitely work. That is a work related. Or a situation that involves others. Hanged Man in reverse. You've already got your point of view. You're still stuck in hangman mode. You aren't going anywhere because but you have the insight. You know what you need to do, but you're just not moving forward. You're refusing to take action. You need to stop worrying about it. You just need to end this and just take action. You need to start applying for other jobs. Start doing the action. You've made your decision. It's time to move on. Queen of Swords came out. One of my favorite tarot readers, I believe, Phoenix Kia. She always says squiffy. So every time a card falls out sideways or anyway, I instantly think squiffy. But I'm not her, and I don't want to use her word. But Queen of Words. The Queen of Swords. You're just, you're afraid of looking like a bitch, maybe? You don't, and you need to stop worrying about that. You're afraid that if you speak up, you're gonna look like a bitch. That's what I get whenever I get this Queen of Swords. It always makes me think of bitch. You just need to speak up. It's time to speak up, but you don't want to. You're afraid to speak up. Why does Taurus need to stop worrying about having people think they're a bitch? Why does Taurus need to stop worrying about being thought of as a bitch? Chariot. Because it's time to take action. It's time to just take control, and they're not going to. They're happy in the situation. They don't want to change it. They're stuck, and so it's time for you to do it. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to cut ties and just go with it. Whether it be a relationship, a work relationship, or a romantic relationship, but mostly I'm getting work relationship here. So, what does Taurus need to be aware of this week? What danger is, Taurus need to be aware of? What danger does Taurus need to be aware of this week? Incoming messages, 20. Communication. The mood is quick, fast, and cerebral. Look at your situation from many different sides. Be light on your feet and make sure you have all the information you need. If not, be ready to research, investigate, translate, mediate, check your facts, and learn. Follow up on all lines of communication to make sure others understand what you said and you understand what they intended. Publish, broadcast, network, and engage social media. Make the call, submit the resume, send the manuscript. Check all Mercury-ruled equipment such as vehicles and communication electronics. Proofread and back up your files. Mythological Mercury could be a trickster when he worked for himself, but he also played the role of psychopomp, diving into the underworld to escort trapped spirits out of it. If you need to go down into your own personal underworld, it may be time to walk with a therapist, shamanic healer, or other integrous guide into that deep realm. All right, so be aware of your messages. Be aware of what you're sending out. Be aware of what is coming in. Update your resume. Update your dating profile. Clarify. Do I need to clarify this card? Be patient. Take your time. Don't rush anything. Otherwise, you could cause problems. If you highlight one job and you're actually applying for something else, and you say that this job shows that you're able to do this job, and it was the wrong job. So go slow. Take your time, make sure it's accurate. All right, what does Taurus need to hold tight to this week? Okay. Taking action on partnerships and structure. I'm going to hold tight on acting on this. Make sure you look for new jobs. Make sure you fill out new resumes. Make sure you update on your partnerships, on work, on dating apps, on all of that. Let me clarify. Let me look at this, read this 24 in reverse. Be careful not to cling to old conceptions of success or hold on to a brittle system that restricts potential and leaves people discouraged. All right. So, let me do a little clarification on this, but I'm pretty sure I'll see. Okay, this one did jump out. Flip, Hermit. Hold tight to your peace of mind. Yeah, this Nine of Swords in reverse. Get rid of anything that causes you anxiety. Definitely look for jobs that Look for jobs that allow you to be alone or have peace of mind, because it's time to let go of the anxiety. So you want to hold tight to anything that doesn't give you anxiety. And if being alone, like being a janitor, gives you that peace of mind, you do enjoy it, you need to hold on to that. Maybe just switch from, let's stick with janitor and say that the place that you're working at now causes you anxiety because of the people that you work with, or because of the duties are always changing. Make sure that when you apply, when you go to an interview, make sure that you ask questions about how often will my duties be changed, how often, hold on to your peace of mind. All right, what does Taurus need to learn to appreciate this week? What does Taurus need to learn how to appreciate this week? What should Taurus learn to appreciate this week? 29. Nurturing others. You need to learn how to appreciate, how to take care of yourself instead of everyone else around you. Do not mistake something enabling or infantilizing actions as signs of love. Once you release the object of your care, your life is not over. A new mystery begins. So once this relationship ends, once you end this work relationship, a new one will begin. They are not going to, they don't need you. They'll replace you. Even in a romantic relationship, no matter what, they will move on. They will find somebody else. Sometimes that's painful, especially for those of us with abandonment issues. Yeah. This was discomfort. Learn how to appreciate being uncomfortable. Sometimes we need to get uncomfortable with life. Sometimes we need to get uncomfortable. Sometimes we stick in bad situations because we're comfortable. We're afraid of what could come next, and whatever's next could be just as bad or worse, and so we just stick with it, and we keep going, and we keep plodding along, hoping that one day it will get better because, whatever. So we need to learn how to appreciate being uncomfortable and waiting for the next thing to come along. All right, Taurus needs to stop pursuing this. Taurus needs to stop pursuing this week. What does Taurus need to stop pursuing this week? What does Taurus need to stop pursuing this week? Fourth house, home, 42, life path 6, home, fourth house. Let your home be a sanctuary that helps you prepare to deal with the world, not a place in which you hide from the world. Yes. All right, let's clarify this. What is, Taurus, you love being at home. You love the creature comforts. You love, and so you do things, you find things at home that you need to do to take care of, that so that you don't have to deal with finding a new job. You find all the positive things at home. Yeah, Ace of Swords, King of Cups. You hold on to the tower. You don't allow it to fall. Just so that you don't have to search for this new job. You don't have to look for anything that's more fulfilling, because you're putting all of your love and attention into, your home. So you don't think you have to search anywhere else. Yeah. Taurus loves to be at home. They love being surrounded by things that they love and enjoy, and so they go home and they focus on their home life instead of focusing on work. All right. The Taurus needs to symbiosis in reverse, 52. 7. The path of least resistance can be both delightful and limiting. Don't get stuck in a comfortable rut. I think this goes back to stop pursuing this home life. Stop allowing yourself to get stuck at home. Focus on your home so that you don't pay attention to what's going on outside. Stop focusing on the creature comforts and seek something outside of the house. Symbiosis is another relationship. It's relationships that feed off of each other. It's codependency. Stop seeking codependent relationships and start seeking healthy relationships, whether it be in romance or work. Yes. Two of Pentacles in reverse, codependency. Stop seeking codependent relationships. Look for healthy ones. Find a healthy way forward where there isn't any anxiety, there's nobody backstabbing, there's nobody talking about each other behind their backs. New jobs where people are healthy. The Emperor in reverse. All of this is screaming, yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to look for healthy jobs. Whenever you go to interviews, ask those questions. Ask how other employees feel about the job. Why did the past person leave? And in a relationship, it is okay to ask, say, well, why did you break up with this person, or why did they break up with you? And if there should be some sort of healthy response, such as, well, we didn't see eye to eye on this, and that was a deal breaker for me. Or, yeah, everything was his fault or her fault or whatever. I didn't do anything. Even in a codependent relationship, the empath, the narcissist, the empath is capable of, it's very difficult. I'm not going to say that it is easy, because I am also an empath and it was very difficult to get out of that relationship, but it was still an option. Whether you like to hear that or not, it is an option to leave. It is an option to walk away. It is not an easy one. It is not a safe one. It is a dangerous one, but it is still an option. And whenever you are free and clear of these relationships, it is your option to learn about unhealthy relationships. It is an option to learn about the green flags and red flags, and teach yourself. There is plenty on the internet to teach yourself so that you can learn about healthy relationships, learning signs. It's our responsibility before we jump into a new relationship, to whether it be work or a romantic one, to find those things, to see if they're going to fit with us and to see if we fit with them, instead of trying to force something. So, anywho, let's find some messages for Taurus. Let's find some messages for Taurus. Let's find messages for Taurus. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So the universe wants you to just surrender. And keep surrendering. So, alrighty. I hope this helped somebody out there. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, or comment. If not, I mean, either way, I appreciate you allowing me to do this read for you. I appreciate you spending time with me. I really enjoy doing this. I do hope to see you again. Thank you.